Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the very first episode of Small is the Voice. I'm your host, Small is, and I'm so grateful you are here. If you're tuning in for the first time, just know this is a safe space, a space for real talk, deep reflection, quiet strength, and unapologetic truths. We are starting very soon and I'm still waiting for others to join. So we are going to start this, even though 2025 had already started, but this is our first episode. So allow me to say that we are going to start 2025 not with the resolutions, but with the revelation. And today, I want to begin with one of the hardest yet most freeing truths I've learned. And what is this? Drum rolls. So, individuals will continue to gossip and undermine you regardless of the extent of your kindness towards them. Yeah, I said that. And I meant every single word. Let me repeat it. I said that individuals will continue to gossip and undermine you regardless of your kindness towards them. Huh? Did you get it? Now, let me ask you these questions. Have you ever bent backwards to be kind? Extended grace when someone didn't serve it? Or choose peace when you could choose war? You could have chosen war. And still, they talk about you. So, for those who are just joining, the topic is about the kindness trap, whereby we are discussing something individuals will continue to gossip and undermine you, regardless of the extent of your kindness towards them. So, and then I'm asking this kind of question to you. Have you ever bent backwards to be kind, extend the grace when someone didn't deserve it, chosen peace when you could have chosen war, and still they talk about you? Is it only me who have experienced these such things? Or another question will be, have you ever given fully from your heart without expecting any return, but they still have doubts and they will still go and question you? Human being, right? Yes. So, dear friends, here is the key. You kept showing up with good energy, trying to be bigger person, pouring kindness into someone who gave you nothing but cold glance or twisted words. And yet, despite everything, the whispers didn't stop. But why? Why is human being like that? Why? Here is why. Because sometimes it's not about you. Your kindness is not about you. Your kindness sometimes is not about the reciprocates. what you are expecting them to give you back. So that is why sometimes it's not about you, it's about them, their wounds, their insecurity, their need to project. But will you allow that to take away your heart of kindness? Will you allow that to halt you from being kind, from being humble, or from being somebody who is into the change making, or for being a forward, giving forward community in a giving forward? I doubt. That should not hinder you for doing good to others. So always remember, no matter how kind you are to them, human being will still find faults. Human beings will still make you the topic of the day. Human beings will still backbite on you. Human beings will still find mistakes instead of spreading the good news, instead of spreading the good and the kindness that you have expressed, the kindness that you have given to them. I mean, you have shown to them. They will always find the negative part of it, and the positive part of it will always be under the table. So that's why the negativity speaks louder than the positivity in life. But if you know your game well, if you know your aims and the reason why you are doing something, the moment you master that I'm doing this not because of them, but because of my feeling, because of my heart, because of me, then you won't be bothered with their words. You won't be bothered with their backbites. So, dear friends, always remember, just a story. I used to think that I was just good enough, kind enough, understanding enough, and very calm enough that eventually people will treat me the same way. It's not like that in the world. I think maybe some a different planet, it will be like that. But this planet Earth, never, ever. That kindness was a transaction. My kindness, my being humble, my being calm enough was just a transaction. Give a little and get little. That's the spirit. But the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, kindness is not a currency. Kindness is not a currency. Kindness, it's a character. If you don't have it, it doesn't matter how much you try, you'll still not get it. So always remember that kindness is not a currency, but instead is a character. And what is it with a character? It's not always recognized by everyone. That's the truth with a character. Some people will see your kindness and mistake it for weakness. Others will envy the light you carry because they haven't yet found their own. That's the truth. So always remember that kindness is not a currency, but kindness is a character. So for anyone listening to me, Always remember that no matter how kind, no matter how calm, no matter how humble you are to the human beings, not everyone will appreciate your kindness. Not everyone will appreciate your humbleness. Not everyone will appreciate your character of giving forward. Not everyone will appreciate the positivity that you are giving or giving back to the community. But people will always try to find the negative part of it and make it the topic of the day. So negativity sails faster and it runs very fast like a wind. But the positive acts will always go slowly by slowly. And for you, if you are a positive minded person, if you're a kind person, if you're a humble person, with an aim, with an attitude of giving back to the society, do it without expecting a return. That's the spirit. So if you do it without expecting a return, you being humble without expecting a return, then that is what we call the character in you. But if you expect people to reciprocate, to give something in return of your kindness, then you are like selling out your kindness. So you're turning your kindness into the currency, which is not good. So, dear friends, always remember that. So, what do we want then? What do we do then? Do we become cold on our characters? Do we shut down? Do we stop being kind? Or no, we need to evolve. We learn the discernment, ladies and gentlemen. You see, being kind doesn't mean becoming a doorman. You can have a soft heart and still carry strong boundaries. You can be generous and still say no. That's the twist. You can love people and still walk away when the love is not returned with the respect. Did you hear that? Yes, I mean that. You see, let me repeat it one day. Being kind doesn't mean becoming a doormat. You can have the soft heart and still carry strong boundaries. In other words, you build your boundaries. You don't allow each and every person to get into you, to get into your space just because you are kind. You can be generous enough and still say no. You can love people and still walk away when the love is not returned with the respect. And here, the respect is when the love is returned with the gossip and a lot of negativity, not positivity in love. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is what the kindness revolves all about. And that is what makes the kindness a character, but not a currency. So, anyone with a question, you can ask me questions, then we continue. But in the meantime, here is the mindset shift I want you to take with you into the new here or into all of this discussion. From all of this discussion, here is the mind twist. I am kind because of who I am, not because of how others treat me. That is the mind twist in all of this topic of kindness. Get this. I am kind. Say you are kind because of whom you are, not because of how others treat you. So that is, it's all about that. Or you say that I am kind because of who I am, not because of what people expect me to be, or not because of the community. So your kindness, humbleness, and the heart of giving back to the community is not because of people want you to do it. It's because of your character. Kindness is a character, is not a currency. The moment you turn your kindness into a currency, that's where you expect people to give back. That's where you expect others to reciprocate. So, dear listeners, I hope this topic was helpful and you can share it with the others. If you have a question here, you can ask questions, or if you want to join so that we can have a discussion, you share your topics, you can join now. I still have like 5 minutes here before I ended the video. And if you love the topic, please share and give likes. Let me see how many people here. And for those who are just joining now, we were talking about the act of kindness, how you can be kind and people still find a way to gossip about you, to spread the negativity part of your kindness, and to twist the words and start questioning the level of your kindness. So that is what we were talking about. And the lesson to learn is that kindness is not a currency. Kindness is a character. So the moment you turn your kindness into a currency, that's where human being goes wrong. That is where the human being goes wrong. Hello and welcome to my live. We were discussing about the kindness as a trap, whereby you can't be kind and people will still backbite you. You can be kind to an extent where people will start questioning your kindness. But for your kindness now, as my listener, if you press that like button, I won't question your kindness. I'll just appreciate and say thank you for liking my video.